What you should do is just have it up facing the wall.
Yeah, I'll go pull the GoPro up and just mount it right there.
Screw it to the wall. Just get some gum.
All right, ready?
Let's, just everyone say something real quick. Just to make sure, real quick.
Yeah.
That's solid, yeah, that's solid. I'm talking into a microphone while in a spacious room.
Yeah, so am I. So
It's kind of because they have like an echo.
It will have a little echo. You can take that out, and we can take it out if that's
to a
point.
I can.
To a point.
But that's okay.
Don't you want your little microphone spread out?
No, because that will capture
Everything.
everything.
So now it's just like,
Yeah, so
So
it's,
we're actually running that one because we want to make a comparison. That way, that if that's a mobile one, you can do interviews. Because we tried it before, and it was, the quality was off.
because I can tune it down, so I can save memory by making it a low bit rate. And so right now I have the bit rate all the way up. But I can also take the audio from that and put it to that video. So if that video camera is low, I scratch that out and just put that audio underneath it and just.
so you have 3 audios.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that one.
Yeah.
When that doesn't work, I'm also got my phone. That iPhone has done so well.
They actually record pretty well.
I've had so many saved because of that. So it's like,
Tom, don't take your man's ear off the table.
Oh, it's cutting off the circulation. There you go.
how tight did you have?
What is it? What is it on
Pretty
Seinfeld? The bro.
The man's ear?
Man's
ear? Man's ear?
Or the
Yeah.
bro.
Or the bro.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. There we go. Now you're fine. You're fine.
Shit. Tell me right when
You're
we're
not
done.
here all the time, are you?
Yeah, and they do this to me all the time. You need to be closer.
Okay.
Dusty.
Quiet. Sink it.
Jason.
Jason.
What? I'm talking into a microphone.
Syncing audio now. Okay. We're ready.
That was fancy.
Welcome back to the top. Welcome back to the topic segment of the show. Unfortunately, Jason Christensen's with us, and also introduce yourself.
Travis Peterson, the owner of Milsim City, indoor airsoft arena
Yes.
and training facility.
Yeah.
So if you can't tell, we're talking about airsoft today.
After a rousing game of 4-on-3 airsoft,
That was right. Yeah.
Travis and the Rooks going up against some airsoft vets.
Which was a blast.
It was a
I did.
You guys held well.
Well, it was. I don't want to say video games taught me, but video games taught me.
I don't want to say home videos from Nam had anything to do with this, but
I was only a baby back then, but I was the best army crawler they had. You know. No, it was. That was fun. We're all sweating. We're drenched in sweat.
yeah.
I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hydrate, but which I've just discovered how you can really make this take off, selling smoothies. Slurpee.
Smoothies.
Get a Slurpee machine in here.
There you go, Slurpee machine.
You
And-
crush it.
And a good cover from We Built the City to Milsim City. Milsim City, play airsoft. Milsim City, see how that works?
That.
Syllables right, you got city at the end.
Wow.
I mean, that jingle writes its damn self.
Or back in Milsim City.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of New York City.
Yeah, there you
Yes.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You could do New York State of Mind till Sim City State of Mind. There.
We're idea men.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
What?
Feed mayonnaise
To
to
the tuna.
Yeah.
Feed man, I see the tuna.
Note to self. So let's talk a little bit about airsoft, because I gotta be honest, Travis. When we went into this, I thought I talked to some of the kids in the neighborhood that do it, and okay, yeah, but I shoot real guns. I'm a man. That's what I thought. I just went, no, there's no way this is gonna be as entertaining as it was. That's seriously. I came into this going, yeah.
No, I'm right there with you. When I got into it, I felt the same thing. I had my partner, who I started this with, he tried to convince me for like 6 months to come and play airsoft with him. And the same thing, I don't want to go play this.
Yeah.
It's for kids.
It's been years.
I mean, look at the name, airsoft.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
It sounds.
It's a horrible
It
name.
screams 7-year-old.
It sounds
does.
soft.
You want to go play airsoft after your kid's haircut?
Right.
Little Timmy? Sure, Pops, let's go do it.
Yeah, but after losing a tooth last year,
Oh,
to get me shot in the face,
and a piece of your ear.
and a piece of my ear,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
It's-
Tyson went to try to bite it off. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be called hard soft.
yeah.
All right.
No, it
But that
really
kind of
should.
lends to a different industry altogether, doesn't it?
Yeah. We got
I don't understand.
see if you get two, I think you could have softcore and we got hardcore over
Yeah,
there.
there we go.
There we
Let's
go.
get out of here.
No,
kids.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Now, first I want to talk about your facility here, okay?
Sure.
We're located, this is in Salt Lake City.
Square, right in the square of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 South and
We're
North Temple.
Yeah, North Temple, 1055 West, just right off the 80 or the 15.
For those of you who live out of the state, yes, Utah is built around the temple. That's how it goes. But the thing is this place is huge. It's huge.
How many square footage are
We
you
have
running?
we have 40,000 square feet. The arena itself is about 37,000 square feet. So and we have
You're still expanding.
So fledgling little tiny
Yeah.
37,000
just
square
little,
feet.
just little. I'm pretty sure it's the third largest indoor airsoft arena in the United States.
That's
And you're not even using all your space.
No.
and there's still
No.
you're still space that you're planning on expanding to.
Correct.
So this place is gonna get nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I've got to say this. As far as the facilities go here, you come in, I thought, it looks like a giant warehouse. It is a giant warehouse, probably.
It used to be
It used to be an old mill.
Okay,
They
there
made
you go.
cabinets and they did work for large schools.
Yeah.
I just want to
So-
make one quick note. He is wearing a Utah Gun Exchange
Yes, I know.
T-shirt
I am.
There you go.
from our friend Nick Moyes, also on the
Yeah.
show. Yep.
From when we went to dinner.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That was the Friends of the NRA.
Friends of the NRA
Yeah.
2
which
years
is
ago.
coming up next weekend.
Yes.
Correct.
But that being said, when we walked in, you walked us through this place. You've built all the walls, you've built rooms. It's like you would build a house. You built the floor plan for it, everything, and it's all modular.
Yeah, so we built it all to construction spec. My father-in-law is part of one of the owners, and he works in construction, and so we said we got to do it the right way, and we wanted to build it so that it looked like the real thing, so that when law enforcement comes in and does training, it would be as realistic as possible.
Yeah, and that's the point. That's a big thing right there. Law enforcement comes in here and does training.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Yeah,
And-
next month we have SWAT coming out to do their tryouts
That's awesome.
in the building, so they're going to be using it.
And so the other aspect that's really cool is that you guys, so it's so modular. It's like basically you can make it a new map every few months or whatever that you want to have it to. But
Or
the
every
floor
week.
or every week. The floor
Yeah.
plan that we see now, we have a jail, we have a bank, we have a spec'd, basically 3-bedroom apartment, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Shot a few people in there. That was cool.
Got shot in there a few
Yeah,
times.
Yeah.
A bank, which
A gas
will be
station.
eventually putting a vault door, a gas station. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have really, and then you just have like nice arteries and layouts where people can actually really work together, and a lot of areas with windows so that you guys can board up, which is nice. Because right now there's a ton of angles going on in there. Get out of here! We're recording a podcast.
No, but you can add to it, and the way
Yeah.
that you've made it, even with the windows, because if there's a lot of people, I can see how you want to kind of plug that up, because it's too much. It would be too much.
It can be too much or just enough, and that's the old.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you can always just go, you know what, and you can easily add the windows in, just board it up.
And you guys
Perfect.
even closed an entrance on me when I thought I was on Travis's team,
Yeah.
and I was using this little small way and get into this jail and sneak around because I like to be sneaky. And I want to go up to it after I get killed, and I go spawn, and I go to the jail, and it's completely closed off.
Totally
And I'm
gone.
just like, now I'm in no man's land on the side of the map.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I could open it, but you have it so people can mess around with things like
But it
that.
makes
Yeah,
noise when you
some
open
secret
it.
doors.
It creaks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's the best part about it, right? Make it as modular as possible, make it as movable as possible, so that it never gets stagnant. It's always fresh. It's
Yeah.
always dynamic.
And I love that. It really is cool. And when you start figuring it out, it's funny because just tactics change. And I like that you have to use tactics. It's not just run. It's not by yourself. Where we mentioned video game, at the beginning here with the joke, but you can't be that loner, the lone wolf going, I got this, and
Yeah.
just take everyone out.
And we got separated, and
Yeah, we got
both
separated.
went down,
Yeah.
didn't we? Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
when we worked together, Jason, we did really well.
Yeah, because you used me as a meat shield.
No, but I would see
Jason,
Jason start shooting,
Jason,
and I'd
we
look
need
over,
another-
and no, there's times where you
Run
live.
in there real quick,
And then
and
yell
then
where
if you don't get shot,
Jason's
it's all
down.
clear, right?
I got him. I avenged you.
Jason's human drone.
No,
Just
but
go
that,
scout that area.
he didn't die every time.
Yeah.
But like there's times where he would go in there and start, and I'm off somewhere else diagonally from him, so I went ahead, and Jason all of a sudden starts shooting, and that alerts me, and he stayed alive long enough that I can lean out there and shoot the guy, and we both lived.
Yeah.
So sticking together using tactics works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's very. It kind of shows you. Me and Travis split up a lot, but you get to exercise
the tactics of slicing pie, where to actually place your feet, good ways to move it around. We are using M4, basically what you'd call like mil-spec M4 plastic handguard and the A2 carry handle, so that's kind of gives you a visual. It's not these lined up here because we are doing video today. Like these, basically...
It's an M16.
Yeah, well, you got an AR-15, you got one that's like a Voltor 6-inch
Oh no,
here.
M16 because it could go fully automatic.
Yeah.
Which I
M4A1.
accidentally did on the first shot.
Yeah.
So
On someone.
You got to make sure you're clearing the rooms. You got to clear them properly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't
You
clear
gotta-
it
you
all
gotta
the way,
clean it,
you
yeah.
pay, you
Yeah.
die.
Yep,
which
and
is what
which
happens
is
to you.
That's
ironic.
exactly what happened to me.
Right.
A guy hiding in a dark closet.
But
But
your
you get to go
death
back.
throws
Yeah.
alerted me
Yes.
that he was there, so I got him.
My death throws, which consisted of, he's in the closet as I'm
Oh
walking
no!
back.
He's in that closet.
Oh no, I could
Is it-
hear because
is-
I went around the opposite side and I could hear you go, no! So you could tell.
Speaking on the tactics, like people make the comparison to video games and stuff, but really to be successful, it's much more patience. It's much a slower pace.
Yeah, I mean, head on a swivel, obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's not completely true to life. I mean, I think it's a little more on steroids.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
which
definitely.
teaches you how to slice the pie more properly. I mean, you've got to constantly be checking. There's so many angles out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned my lesson of just it. I mean, because you want to lead with the gun. Wherever you look is where the gun goes. Unless you take and go, I'm just going to peek out this corner and then bam, right in the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got it.
I learned real quick that you don't want to be right on the corner and poking your head around.
Yeah.
You want to be about 6 feet off the corner
Yeah,
and
and
kind of
Yeah.
working around.
You
There's-
really do
so
have to
it
use
makes a
proper
difference.
technique.
Yeah, there's, especially if you want to kind of go out there in these kind of actual, I kind of feel like the lower intensity, like we played a 3-on-4 game, where it's very much almost closer to like a real life situation where you want to be moving slow, you want to be doing the stuff you want to be staying away from the corners as much as possible, because as soon as you expose yourself, stuff gets real bad real quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, a few things we could talk about, like techniques later on, but it's a really fun game. What it doesn't replicate is, of course, the destruction of actual ammunition penetrating and chaos and concussion and stuff like
Oh
that.
no, we did some, like simulated
We-
bullet shots, like
yeah,
where your
yeah.
body shakes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jason, no. And he's all, tell my wife. And I'm like, I already told her, man.
The hand
She's
grenades
on the
were
phone.
realistic enough.
And if Travis,
Yeah.
if Travis will let us demo for camera later on, we'll throw another hand
Sure.
grenade to get it on camera.
Absolutely.
But it's really kind of cool. So the next thing we should probably talk about is the equipment,
Yeah.
because so you're a full service shop. You have rentals
Yep.
for if people just need a rifle and. I thought you were giving me some power.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? What's that?
Yes.
More
All right.
power to you.
Power. All right. So, of course, the safety equipment, which is big. So let's talk about
Yeah.
safety equipment, what people would need to play airsoft.
Absolutely.
'Cause
So,
I came here with nothing. I came here with just
Not even clothes.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was buck
we
He's in his
outfitted you
man
completely.
pretty much in a man
Birthday
diaper. We haven't mentioned the man diaper.
The man diaper.
I thought I'd bring it back.
It's a shirt wrapped around the
You
loins.
put your
Yeah.
legs through the armholes.
I want to
Sounds
be,
like if you had an accident. Or is it,
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be quick on my feet.
And try to cinch it off. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a full service airsoft shop. So if you've never played before, we have gun rentals, we have headgear, but basically the biggest thing that you have to have is eye protection.
Yeah. Big time.
Full seal eye protection and something to cover your mouth. If you get hit in the eye with an airsoft pellet, they're traveling about 350 feet per second or
Yeah.
lower in our building.
And they're not soft. They're not soft.
They're not soft.
Yeah.
It does dent wood, takes off pieces of your ear.
Which
But,
is nice to have that ear protection too.
Yeah, if it were to hit you in the eye, you'd be blind for sure.
Yeah.
So safety is our biggest concern here, and just making sure that everybody has the right safety equipment on the eyes.
So especially the eyes. I mean, I do a lot of shooting, and all we do shooting. So we have eye protection, but what shooters don't realize is that on this eye protection, we want like a full seal around the eyes, because you can get the pellets have a backspin on them, and so if they hit, they can actually roll up.
They can roll up.
And
Or
so
if
that's
you catch one from the side or the back. it
Yeah.
can-
Right.
it can-
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're not shooting
Classes.
just forward, right?
Yeah.
You're getting shot at every angle, and so, and not only that, but your engagements are really close.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you could have zero engagement where you turn it around the corner and someone pulls the trigger instinctively, and it could be going through the side of the face and hitting the eye.
Well-
We've had people even push, blind firing, pushing people's eye pro off their face and shooting.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
you just need to be, I mean, you've got to be really cautious and really careful.
But that being said,
and having
you
that full
guys,
still helps a lot.
you guys do something really cool where you have judges going around. Because, that's one thing I was thinking of.
It's a
like,
total honor system.
Yeah. Well, I figured, I'm just going to go, I didn't get hit. Yeah, I'll just do it.
Because you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Let's clarify.
No, that's what I thought.
I'm a terrible person.
But you were right, because if I got hit, I'm out.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit
It's
again.
more fun doing that. It actually was. And everyone did that. And from what you're telling us, pretty much people do that. And if there are a few stinkers in there, you guys go in there, nope, you're gone. Or you guys go shoot them, which is awesome.
Yeah, we get up high and we watch, and we have referees. And if someone looks like they're not calling their hits, we'll shoot them and see if they call their hits. And if they don't, then we go have a little chat.
Yeah.
And we make them sit out. And if it continues to be habitual, then
Yeah.
they're gone for the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it needs to be an honest. And the only way to make it fun is if everyone's being honest.
Absolutely.
Right. And not only that, but I feel like it's an opportunity for people to take the kind of get that tunnel vision when you're shooting.
Yeah.
You engage, and when you get shot, it gives you an opportunity to be like, what did I do wrong? As you walk back to get back into the game to respawn that respawn area, it gives someone an opportunity to go, I did that wrong. How can I adjust? Like when we went into that building together and we were clearing the room and that kid shot me. He's out in the corner. I didn't see him. It's because I didn't pie it correctly.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes you realize that moving a little bit too quick in that situation.
Well, because you want to hurry.
Yeah, and that's the deal is you want to hurry. And when Travis went in there and got shot, I realized I cannot leave this room. I didn't even know if he saw me, but there's target indicators of silhouettes, sounds, all that stuff. And so I basically said I can't go anywhere. And so I just laid down by a bed and let him walk in front of the door, and I shot him. and that's an important thing is that people don't realize is just the slowness, the tactics, and especially the way that you're moving the gun. What people don't
Go more into the equipment.
Yeah.
Because that's, after a while, I could see how if I was the type of guy that would just, I want to load this down, I'm going to have a light on here, I'm going to have a laser, I'm going to have the,
EOTech with a magnifier and
I'm
everything.
going to load this thing down.
I used to play paintball in high school, and I really loved it. It was a lot of fun. And you got hit, and you'd have that marker, right? But it was so expensive. And then it was never real enough for me.
Yeah.
And I think where the airsoft really excels is that everything feels and acts like the real thing.
Well, it's the same size. Like, for example, the pistols we were using, they're M&Ps.
Yeah.
It's a Smith & Wesson M&P pistol.
Yeah, they're
and
trademarked.
It fits your holster.
Yeah, this is who makes this M&P pistol?
I think Umarex is the maker, but it is trademarked and branded from Smith & Wesson.
From Smith & Wesson, and it's the same size. The weight, it is of course lighter than, but not by much.
Yeah, and then you add the mag, and it's a
The
little
mag-
better.
The magazine adds a lot of
Yeah,
weight.
the magazine.
It's gotta be a couple pounds.
Adds a little bit, and the magazine's a little bit longer, of course. This doesn't reciprocate or anything, but it's very reliable. I found it to be pretty reliable out there. The cool thing is that I brought a few M&P holsters, my 6378s with the light, and the cool thing was I could take the light off of this gun, put it on there, and then actually run the gear that I like to carry around. And so that was really cool. And actually feel it, and it feels exactly like the M&P. It locks up really tight. I might have to tighten down the holster just a bit because the ejection port isn't as deep on the airsoft pistol because it's not actually reciprocating. But the fit, the feel, the trigger's a little heavier than mine, so I tried to pull one
Yours
on.
is slightly adjusted.
I tried to shoot Rich, and I was just like this. Oh, pull it harder, pow! And I'm like, oh, okay, now we're playing with gas, cooking with gas. So that's really cool, and of course,
You can get reciprocating pistols.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's what I was saying.
That's what I was
you
using.
You were mentioning that you can do that.
I was using the XDM replica, and it reciprocates. It uses green gas, so you can use propane or green gas to fill. To fill it.
But also, we find out that because this stuff, it's pretty much the same as the real stuff would be. You find out what I don't want on my gun as well, because that sucker gets heavy. Because you walk around, it's up in your shoulder the whole time. Until you go, okay, I'm just going to rest. I'm just going to lean against this wall,
And then you get shot.
and that's when you die. But it's you start to find out that's why I'm building my AR as light as I can. I'm going with that same upper guard that you got.
Lancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care because I have to. You find out how it just gets heavy. Over time.
You can find what you really like about different setups, different stocks, different lights.
and definitely the equipment, the load carrying stuff. That's
Oh, yeah.
If you actually want to do that, I think I just put my concealment belt paddle on and in my holster, and that
that's the way I like to do
Wait,
stuff.
and you're able to carry everything.
I was able to carry a spare magazine. Apparently, my gun ran out of BBs halfway through, so we ended up calling the game. But yeah, that's I got used to handling that M&P pistol, so that was really fun. But so what people don't realize is that firearms manufacturers want airsoft. They want an airsoft replica of their gun. So you have airsoft companies like Humarex who have HK licenses, Smith & Wesson licenses, Beretta licenses, and so they're actually making the guns branded with the same stampings pretty much that you would see on the regular guns. The weight might be a little different, or the material might be a little different, but the magazine release is a magazine release. The safety selector is a safety selector, unlike the original airsoft guns we saw 15, 20 years ago, which like a slide stop might be a safety or something like that. So they're really excellent quality.
Yeah, they're really moving into that realism department, right? They want everything to feel and act like the real thing, so that you can train with it.
And it's those benefits, exactly. You can train with it if you're...
Yeah, you can put your lights, your optics, you can mount them right on there if you need to. So when law enforcement come on, they pull off all their stuff off of their gun and they put it on the airsoft. And it's all mil-spec on the rails and everything.
It's just so cool how you could do that. It really is.
And it's better, too, because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper to pull off the stuff that you've already purchased for the gun, but not only that, it gets you used to training with that equipment.
Right. Yeah.
And so let's talk about rifles and pistols and the close quarter aspects of like the rules of when I can engage, what can I engage, and what we're actually doing as far as like seeing sights and lining up the sights. Because I think it's kind of close to what actual close quarter gunfights is basically pointing guns at people and starting to shoot, and only really getting the sights on when you actually need it or can get it up fast. Because on these things, a lot of the engagements I found myself in today were within, I don't know, 10, 12 feet.
Yeah.
Running in front of a window, seeing a guy who looked like you.
Or getting knifed.
Yeah, getting knifed.
I got knifed by...
Wraith is what he calls
Wraith?
He goes by Wraith, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I grabbed his knife out of his hand and tried to shoot him with my gun real fast, but it didn't work, so
I
we
gotta
stopped.
say this. When I first saw him all geared up, I thought, why would you dress up all like that? It actually worked, because not only is he covered everywhere, because those little pellets hurt.
Yeah.
I was covered pretty much thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
I was covered, except I got hit just on the hip, where I'm like, how did that hurt? It hurt.
Yeah, it's noticeable. I got shot in the hand, and I got shot. With the gloves, actually do pretty well.
Yeah, the gloves did. And that's another thing on the equipment is we're having gloves, even a little scarf thing around it would work. Just
any
because
bare skin will get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll know.
And my knuckles got hit a
instantly.
lot, but those gloves, I mean, I could hear it. I could feel it and hear it,
still.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm
And
still fine.
it's not like you're getting one. You're getting 2 or 3 because of the
Double
adrenaline and the engagement distance.
Yeah.
It gets pretty hairy quick. But what it teaches you to do is get the gun out when I need the sight picture, when I don't, backing up, really trying to exploit the angles.
And one thing that I really like that you guys do here, Travis, is nobody's running full auto, because that's kind of what your standard, group of kids.
I accidentally did on the first one
Unless
because
you're
I didn't know
Carl.
that switch went so fast. And I reached over and just hosed him once. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the
And then I
full auto
switched it.
really just makes the
It's
field way
totally
too small.
unrealistic too.
Yeah.
And what it does is you're, because a lot of the people that are playing here are kids.
Yeah.
And it gives them a more realistic perspective of, if you have to use something to defend yourself, you're not going to sit there and just hose the bad guy down.
Not only are you going to be able to do that, but you're not going to be able to do it with any accuracy or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, we really encourage, they have rules, like there's no blind firing.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're shooting target.
I did that to Rich. He came around the corner, and I just went... So I didn't know that was a rule. I'm sorry.
Well, the great reason why is because you can shoot your friend.
Exactly.
You don't know how fast. I mean, we separated really quickly.
Yeah.
And if you're not looking at what your picture is, like, who am I pointed at? You're going to kill.
I had 7 headshots on Tom that I didn't take, that I almost took.
Yeah.
That's great because we were on the same team.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is you got to really watch.
Yeah.
But go back to like Wraith. With he had the little knives, just little rubber knives there. But
The Cold Steel.
He came and he snuck
Practice
around
knives.
and all of a sudden just stabbed me like that. I looked at him, I was like, oh, that was good. It's Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. He got me. It was totally cool.
And it's startling.
And he just kind of chuckled, and I'm laughing. I was like, that's really good. That's funny. I loved it.
So getting into airsoft, what would you say the average person to get decent equipment, decent gun, safety protection,
would be looking at spending to get into it?
So you're looking at anywhere from, I mean, I would always encourage everyone to buy a really good weapon. Because better to buy it once than buy it twice.
Yeah, I
right?
agree. Yep.
Yeah.
So
also cheaper to buy it once than to buy it twice.
I mean,
Yes, it is.
do your research. This gun, this little handgun that we're running, it doesn't reciprocate, so it doesn't have a lot of moving parts.
But it's highly reliable.
But it's very reliable. You're looking at $50
You
for
know
that
what?
gun.
My experience with
$50?
them,
$50.
That's it?
That's it. But then you go up into these M4s, and you're talking. This one's $350.
$3.50 isn't much.
But it's a replica of basically a $2,000 gun.
Exactly.
And if you actually feel it,
It's heavy.
it has the weight of one, and it's actually, that's
It's
an
all
aluminum
metal.
forend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you know, it
fact,
feels,
a lot of those
good.
parts you could probably put on your AR.
Yeah.
And they would function.
I'm looking
just
at that
fine.
Ford,
some of them are real parts, and some of them
handguard
are
just going, man, I can put that on an AR.
licensed
Yeah.
parts
Yes.
of the real thing. Like your Trijicon ACOS, they have licensed, the
Magpul.
Thorntail lights,
Magpul
licensed
does stuff too.
Magpul.
Magpul's like being pulled out.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they pulled out of Airsoft. But you can still find it. And then there's replicas of other things. But yeah, I mean, I would really encourage people to do the research and buy good stuff. You know, it's gonna the cheaper stuff, it breaks. It does.
Yeah.
It breaks a lot. But if you get the high quality guns, they seem to last a long time as long as you're taking good care of them and you're not, throwing them in the dirt.
And these also, what people don't realize is, just by seeing it today, these guns will actually go through more abuse than your real gun.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are actually taking the corner. They're actually the ones scraping on the ground. They're the guns that are doing that. Because generally, you shoot 3 gun, you put some rounds out target, you dump it in a barrel or something like that that's padded for the weapon. This thing, if you don't have a sling and the thing goes empty, you might drop it or do something or take it,
Scrape it across
run,
the floor.
Throw it at
strip on
someone.
some BBs and
Yeah.
take a dive. And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it does have it. Some of the parts are plastic internally. There's
Yeah.
the system that creates the backspin in the gun is made of plastic. Some
Yeah,
of them are made of metal.
But I'm
Parts
wanting to
of
get a
them are
wood butt stock so I can just kind of,
You bet.
yeah, just really bash them with it. Hey, Tom.
this is a game.
Oh, we're on the same team.
And they're children.
Same team.
They're
I'm sorry.
children.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Our average player is probably about 32.
Wow.
Yeah, we have guys in their 60s coming down and playing, all the way down to 12.
Well, and again, you have SWAT coming into practice.
Yeah.
And
With
police,
SWAT.
I mean, they can...
We have regular police force coming on Tuesday nights, just for fun
Yeah,
after
that's
work.
cool.
And the deal is, it's cheaper than shooting a match. Done that.
Absolutely.
It doesn't replicate the same thing as shooting a match. You still need to do that. Cheaper than paintball, more realistic than paintball.
Yeah, by a mile.
And it's literally how much would 2,000 BBs cost me?
You can get 5,000 BBs for $14.
No, he said 2,000.
I said 2,000.
Do the math.
They don't even sell it in 2000s.
Because you're going to burn through them. But that's still,
Yeah.
that's not.
And you can sit in
nothing.
your backyard and you can work on trigger control.
Yeah.
And plink it at your
Yeah.
something in their backyard
This
that you made.
this
So,
take. I used to think I was a boy man, but man,
Factually correct.
just for doing the BB gun fights, which I do not advocate. That is not safe. Not
No.
safe at all. For us, that was a blast. Back in the day, that was our.
Well, back
airsoft.
in the day, that's what you
That's
had.
what you
One
had.
pump.
No,
one pump.
One
One
that's
pump.
it. I only pumped it once. I'm sorry. That went through me. That's not one pump. You jack.
Yeah, this
you
is-
probably didn't even wear anything for your eyes.
No,
or
we had.
teeth
Well,
or
no, we
anything.
had shop goggles.
Yeah, shop
that was
goggles,
safe.
and then
Nothing for the
you
teeth,
get
yeah.
your winter jacket on.
Yeah.
But that's the 80s, and that's the thing is we have
That's
such
the 80s.
we have such better equipment. We're so much more safety minded.
Yeah.
And not to mention is that this is a sport. How young can you be to really enter the sport and have fun?
Well, I saw some little kids come
Yeah.
in here.
Well, we require them to be 12 and up.
Okay.
Parent or guardian needs to sign a waiver. We have a waiver form.
So about my
anyone
height.
under 18.
About my height.
Yeah, about your height,
Yeah.
about your build, weight.
Lith. We call that lith.
Yeah. There's a 300-pound, 4'8" child running around. You know what his nickname is? Rolo.
Rolo.
That's his shape and the only thing he eats.
Rolo.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
you've got some young guys doing this.
Absolutely.
I've seen some
Yeah,
adults.
I was really surprised at the demographic that came through the front door.
Just wow.
It's like
And-
little kids, old kids, there were women,
Gray hair.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I had no idea that the demographic was so huge for airsoft.
And they're here first thing.
Yeah, they're here.
They're ready to go.
And they're ready to go all day.
Yeah.
We had 55 prepays this morning.
Wow.
And so when you guys, how long does a day of airsoft last? So if I pay the admission to get in the door, how long am I?
So we do sessions on Saturday. We do 2 sessions. They're 7 hours on Saturdays and 6 hours on the weekdays. So we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. on those Tuesday through Friday. And then on Saturday we open a little earlier to the public.